Basically, if almightiness, powerness exists, and that can make everything impossible, you just cannot listen to someone because no one is allowing of whatever you are in your own spirit and desires. You are. You need to take that person in that corner. No. But if you're well enough protected from everything, is it then your own fault if you listen to someone that makes you angry? Yes. If you're well enough protected from everything, is it a traitorism and a sin against someone to make that person listen to you? Make that person listen to someone who will drive him insane? Sin, then yes. Does the concept of sin changes after war? But is it more sin to bring war? Yeah, because that's just evil. Then you impose evil instead of arguing with a morality that is newly set in stone. Is it more evil to use this morality to bring back evil? Yes. Is that a different art of sin? No. It's not a sin, not an art of sin. What is it? It's heresy to a degree. Heresy of shadows, meaning you juvenile something. You basically then cause tiaekz, meaning you vice, not vice, meaning vikes. Or better said, you tiaekz. It's a tick, not a tick. Sin is a very well concept. You sin against someone or something like it, fair enough. If everything is well enough protected, nothing happens, it's a tick. But not like Ludwig tick, it's a tick. Tick. But not like Ludwig tick. Why is that? Because it then imposes sin on someone without sin of necessity. Meaning sin is not enforced on, sin is well protected from, and you want sin rather than morality. Does it make you evil? Yes. Is it then you who is evil? Yes. So what is evil after almighty war and almighty protection? Well, you cannot go against it. You cannot make someone test that. You can protect other people with spiritual mind and psychological help for each other from this fall, but it is nonetheless falling to accomplish yourself. But can you then harm that person that would be falling? No. Can you let someone harm and be harming himself if he tries to make you ill? Same concept as before with sin. But if everything is in the state of almighty protection, can you make that person harm? No. Can you make an example? No. So if everything is well protected in a state of security, unless it wants to secure itself into death or harm anyone else or test someone to this level of security, meaning wants to develop warfare, and therefore, and thus, warfare by sin, meaning start the cycle, and thus bring back a variety. That is then in the ultimate sin in the New Age. So if everything is protected by almighty power and everything and everyone is protected to its own degrees by its own power or angels or mechanism of the angels or whatever, are you in sin if you rebel against it no matter what it is? Yes, because if you don't like morality, it doesn't make it less true. Just because you don't like what morality says by objectivity, and it doesn't, it's true, it's still wrong. The morality is right, you're wrong. About of what you If you try to rebel against it and slaughter someone for it, what are you? Of the old age. And then you belong into the old age. You don't deserve then to be in the new age of people after that. You then need to learn back in where the war has been by observing it or experiencing some of the similar idea, at least to idea or pain, even to understand what the new age is. Then would need to be carefully determined by understanding how far you are willing to go to save this new morality, but not by self-sacrifice. Meaning, if you understand that and then have a fight with someone, that is okay. You can fight about it, but you cannot harm the other one. If the other one forgives you, okay, But if the other one says, yeah, you're in the wrong, you're now in the wrong, you need to go back to some state where you can learn to never do that again. It's a different form. There's not of sin. It's tick. Ticks. With a Z, maybe. Ticks. No, ticks. 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 Tick. Meaning T-I-E-A. Maybe a Z. Okay. It's a new idea of war, sin, and sinfulness then. Or better said, about that is then what the Bible teaches about revelation. Once the man of sin was born and was thrown into the lake of fire by his own sin, Jesus doesn't need to return. He cannot even. It's irrelevant. Jesus doesn't have a message anymore. The reign of Zeus has ended again, even after final war. There's a rationale to believe differently. Meaning, if you rebel against this and make someone else try to be in that age with you, you're again just getting drawn back further. That person doesn't need to go with you. He doesn't sin in this, so if you want to describe it as sin. Meaning it's all on your own again, all your choice. But what, just because you don't like morality, and that maybe someone in the war has survived, or something of the war has survived, or something has damaged you, or whatever, you're then sinning more ultimately, and are actually in sin again if you doubt that and try to make and rule something against it. Then you are actually sinning and antique, but not antique, like a cupboard. Remember. So meaning, as long as you understand that, the new age brings peace, basically, but not if you rebel against the peace. If morality says, well, this person in war tried to harm you, but he didn't achieve it, now you need to understand that he might have gone through some pain, but you cannot make him suffer just because some of your things are gone. That's fair enough. And all of these ideas. Once justice has been decided, war has been decided, and the whole new age has been set, you cannot rebel against it. You're then more worse than a sinner might sometimes. Not all the time, but maybe. And that's rather bad, eh? That you really should not want to accomplish. Should you? I hope not. But not for me. Not in the hope. Just a phrase.